Check out the entire show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Thank you for your support. Let's have a giant season. Let's get that cash. Now we move on to 10 p.m. Eastern. My Vancouver Canuckleheads on the road at the Oilers. Rogers Place, Edmonton, Alberta. Let's see what we're dealing with from an odds perspective. This total opened up at 5.5. It went to 6. I get it, but that 6 also, by the way, is heavily juiced. Now, that 5.5 was heavily, the over 5.5 was at minus 130, heavily juiced. But now this 6 is at minus 120. From a money line perspective, these Oilers opened up at minus 120 favorites. They're now minus 125 favorites. But that's not entirely true. They were minus 130 favorites 25 minutes ago when I bet them. So I do know that I'll grant you that this is the line right now. It's plus 105 for Vancouver, but I will be giving out the lines that I bet. I bet plus 110. But I bet it on the minus 1 line. So I got plus 110 and plus 275 on the minus 1.5 line. Let's go. Rogers Place, Edmonton, Alberta. Beautiful downtown arena for an ugly downtown Edmonton. Actually, it's pretty in the summertime. It's a dice game in the wintertime. This is the best Vancouver Canuck team since we lost in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals in 2011. And it's clear. It's clearly the best team that we've had. JT Miller does everything you could possibly ask of him. He is so much better than I ever imagined. And he loves playing with this group. He loves playing in this city. He is the complete package. Number 2 in the NHL at faceoffs, but we play him on the wing. We can move him to center anytime we need a big draw because we have Pettersson there. Pettersson is nowhere near the faceoff winner that JT Miller is. But when it comes to late in games, we have Horvat and JT Miller on the ice. If for some reason Horvat gets kicked out of the circle, the number 7 faceoff man in the entire league, then we have the number 2 JT Miller, or vice versa. And we also have Jay Beagle, the number 3 faceoff man in the NHL. Puck possession is so important in the National Hockey League. Elias Pettersson and Brock Besser are top-level snipers. Bo Horvat is the complete package. If you look at this team, we have it all. Now, we're big underdogs. I'm not talking about a team that's favored to do much. We're 7-1 to win our division. That's a bet I made. 28-1 to win the cup. I just don't think people are respecting the Vancouver Canucks, and I get it. Because they lose year after year after year after year after year. We have to take advantage of that. They have size and toughness in Beagle, Pearson, and Jake Virtanen. Virtanen finally had a good season. Kid has a big upside. He was a very high draft pick. Then we have the quarterback of our dreams for the power play, Quinn Hughes. If it wasn't for Cale Makar, he's the best young defenseman in the NHL. He's surrounded by a very strong group. He plays with Edler. You have Nate Schmidt, Travis Hamonic. Now, they've been using Hughes with Hamonic. I'm not sure what they're going to decide to do. Tyler Myers and Oli Uelevi are an excellent third unit. We got to see what Thatcher Demko was capable in the playoffs, and we shouldn't expect, obviously, that Herculean performance from him. But 0.64 goals against average, 985 save percentage. I mean, it was ludicrous. He's level-headed. I think he's capable of being a number 1. We have Braden Holtby backing him up, a signing that I didn't like. But at least Thatcher doesn't need to worry. The Oilers simply have no depth after McDavid and Draisaitl. They've done such a bad job filling out their roster. Then they don't have Oscar Klefbom to a shoulder injury. So what happens to this defense, which is pretty weak, is it's all up to Darnell Nurse. And I think he's capable of stepping up. But, man, I mean, the whole team, I mean, he's so important to this team's success. And I think he's capable of it. Can Darnell Nurse step up and be that number 1 defenseman that they hope for? Possibly. And he's tough. And he's fast. And he can make the outlet pass. Do you trust Koskinen and Smith? I don't. I'm taking the Canucks here. I'm getting -1 at plus 196, a plus 110 on the money line, and a plus 275 on the -1.5